Hi everyone, today I have a Proaim Studio Jeep with me here today. I've had this thing for a couple of months now and I think it's time to do a quick review on it. As usual, let's start from the packaging. The Jeep came in these two bags. One is the large one for the actual Jeep. It's padded inside, has a handle, shoulder strap, so it's nice and portable. The second little bag is for the actual tripod, also handle, shoulder strap, so everything is nice and neat when it's folded down. Having this reasonably sized Jeep that can then be folded down into this neat looking bags is one of the reasons why I go for something like that over a DIY solution. The main Jeep has two parts that are connected together right in the middle with two screws here at the bottom. Right there on the tripod we have this sort of removable head that is 360-degree rotatable. It's nice and fluid, and there is a bubble right there that helps you level out the legs. And here's the front platform where you can mount the camera. That's what I used to do when I first got the Jeep. But recently I decided to try and use a fluid head on the front, and I actually find that it's a better way to control your tilt, and you also get the additional pan which you can't get without an additional head on the front. Some of this tilting can be done just with this handle right there, but as I said, the panning is not possible when you move a Jeep to the left or to the right. You can only do it with the additional head, and I think this sort of setup is just perfect for studio use, maybe for music videos or shooting a product or something like that, where you just want to control where your camera goes around your subject. I think it's just great using it like that. At the back there is a rod for the weight, which can be moved forward if you have a lighter camera, and back if you have a heavy camera, so you don't need to use as many weights. On each side of the rod there are two wheels that keep the gym weights in place. You basically just tighten them like that, tighten the second one in, and there is no way the gym weights will move around or create any noise. And lastly, on the left side of the Jeep I have a monitor platform. The monitor here is mine, but the platform comes with the Jeep. And what I like about this particular design is that the monitor always stays with me as I move around. I can always see what I'm doing as I'm moving around, unlike some monitor solutions where you would have a monitor clamped to the tripod or something like that, and let's say I had a monitor right here and I started moving away from it and I couldn't see what I'm doing. With this platform I can always see what I'm doing if I'm operating from here. So let me now show you what the blue handle is for. I don't really use this feature because I like to use my head on the front for tilting, but I'll show you anyway in case you're wondering how it works. Have a look at the front platform now. You can move it around like this with this blue handle. So I can start with camera pointing up, and as I go up I can tilt the camera down and all that kind of stuff that I can do with this blue handle. So while I prefer to use a head on the front, it's not always possible to use it, especially when you have a really high shot where you can't physically reach it, and also when you're operating from the monitor it's much easier just to do that. As you can probably see, the spreader on the bottom is fully spread out to give me the best stability possible, and even then I can get quite decent height, and if you have a nice wide angle lens you can get some very dramatic movement right there. But let me now put the legs back in and show you what is the highest it can go. So while this might not be as stable as the setup before, I'm getting even more height now and a really nice good range that will create a very dramatic shot. I don't know if you can see the top part because I'm filming myself. I don't know if it cuts off or not, but this is really high now. and this is how I use it sometimes. But other times you can just spread out the legs like that very easily, and you still have a nice range, and you can just about reach there, and then as you go down you can do anything you want with it. This is a cheap Manfrotto head that I bought long time ago, and for something like this it works just fine. Regarding the cameras you can use with this Jeep, I'm not quite sure what's the limit, but the structure is very sturdy, and I think it can take quite a bit of weight on the front, provided that you have enough weight at the back to balance it out. I've used the Canon 5D Mark II with this Jeep, but the camera I really prefer to use with a Jeep is a little Sony 5N, which magically appeared in my hands right now. The reason why I choose this camera over, let's say, a Canon 5D is because this camera has autofocusing, and I think autofocusing is very important for use with a Jeep, because when you are controlling the camera, especially from the back right here, you can't focus with it, and sometimes you start from a subject that is near to the camera and then you move away from it, or you come into it, and if you don't have any autofocus on your camera, you're just not gonna get a good shot, because either the close shot will be out of focus, or the further away wider shot will be out of focus, and it's just not gonna work well. The other reason why I like to use a little camera like that is because I need less weight at the back, and I can then just move around the whole Jeep much easier. So this sort of concludes my review of the Proaim Studio Jeep. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you in one of my next videos.